and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Dave Mercer!
Alabama, thank you very much for showing up here today. Obviously, the forecast has been pretty bleak, but fingers crossed, it's been good so far, and we're going to get this weigh-in going in just a few minutes. But I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here. We kicked off our season here this week, the first event of the Bassmaster Elite Series, and no better state to kick it off than the home state of the Bassmasters. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. We have had an incredible tournament so far. We've had 3 fish over 6 pounds weighed in. It has been a lot of fun, but it all gets a lot more serious now. You had to make the top 51 to get into today, but to get into tomorrow, Championship Sunday, you have to make the top 12. So we are going to introduce our top 12 at the conclusion of today's weigh-in, so make sure you stick around. But this event, who's excited the Bassmaster Elite Series is here? Well, this event, our presenting sponsor, Econo Lodge, I want to thank them very, very much for their incredible support. You know, they present this event, of course, the Bassmaster Elite at Lake Martin, presented by Econo Lodge. And the best way to thank them is, I know we have some folks in the crowd, or assume we have some folks in the crowd from Econo Lodge. Let's give them a giant round of applause and thank them for bringing the Elite Series here today. Now, Trip, we're about ready to weigh some fish in just a few minutes here, but I was just talking about you a few minutes ago on live. They got rave reviews on this stuff because, I mean, you're truly an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to this body of water. And you've told me some stuff behind, and I'll tell you this, he's told me things behind the scenes of, you know, this, you'd see this, every single one of them has come true, right down to the baits and everything. So it's a good thing that we have that no info rule, because you would have had a lot of guys calling you, I imagine.
Well, when you get old as dirt, Mr. Defoe, you know a lot, right? Okay. But no, you know, I said I've been fishing this lake 35, 40 years. See so many people out here. I saw Jimmy Keel a while ago. I saw him weigh a 25 plus pound sack one day, just off the charts here. But, you know, with this crowd, Dave, we don't know what the weather's going to have, what's in store for us tomorrow. So I want to thank all of our hosts today. We normally do that on Sunday. Certainly Alabama Power, Bruce and all of his staff here at Wind Creek, Ed Kalari, Alexander City Chamber of Commerce, of course, Econo Lodge, and Tommy Gamble, our volunteer coordinator, all my buddies driving camera boats. I appreciate all those folks Bass does, and we couldn't do that without them. And you're right, it's great to kick off right here in central Alabama. Look at all these folks out here in damp weather. But back to that, you know, it's been an interesting week. And you and I were on the water yesterday doing live, and I talked about, you know, fishing one-day tournaments, and that's the majority of what I fished here and all these guys out here. It's so much different than trying to do a 4-day deal. And you've seen people anchor on spots or, you know, stay on spots like Takahiro, Luke Clausen, people like that. Other guys have been moving around, so it's kind of 2 games going on. And I talked about how the lake sets up. You know, it's kind of like your hand. The dam's down here, and you go up to the left. You can go to Little Elijah, Parker Creek, the Narrows. Go up river. You got Blue Creek, Sandy Creek, Minoy, Madwin, Dennis, all the way up. All the creeks are stained muddy, but the downriver part, the main lake, always stays clear. I've seen it muddy 2 times in my life. So anglers have been able to spread out. It's 44,000 acres. This lake at one time had the most shoreline of any man-made lake in the country, 700 miles of shoreline. And it fishes big. And so I'm proud of the lake. I'm proud to see what these anglers have done. When Dewey brought a Pro-Am here back in the late 80s, I talked about it on live, they showed us different ways to fish a spinnerbait. That was in December. And Robert Tucker won that event fishing a spinnerbait like none of us had probably ever fished it. And we've been fishing it like that way ever since. And so we're going to see things this week that we probably don't normally see. Like we saw on Cherokee, you know, stuff that we learned last year in wintertime fishing. So it's been real interesting to me. I've had about 4 hours sleep a night just because, you know, I get up at 3:30, come over here and do takeoff. I can't wait to get home and watch live, because I'm an angler like all of these people, and I want to see what's going on my home lake, and then come back over here and weigh fish, go back home, quick shower. I'm online looking at photo galleries, and then I get a short nap and back over here and do it all over again.
It's a lot of fun, but I have one question that was planted in me by Tommy and Zona, because Talk has this special area. All his fish come from there, and it's amazing that he's got it to himself. Very rarely in the Elite Series do you see an angler get that area and keep it to themselves, just simply because these guys find everything. So no other Elite Series pro knew where the area Talk was fishing, and Tommy and Zona want to know, have you ever fished that area?
I have fished that area. I used to fish up there a lot. It's way upriver, and the funny thing about that is, when he won Wheeler, he was like right out there. And now he's all the way up in a special spot. There's a BFL here next weekend, and so I imagine they're going to be lined up on that spot. But, the watercolor changes and all that'll change. But, Talk's a great angler. He loves Lake Martin now because he won an FLW event here around 1990s. Late 90s, around 2000, I'm sorry. 2001, 100 grand. Now he's poised, if he can hold this lead, another 100 grand. So Talk of Heroes is going to be the king of Lake Martin. He loves Alabama. He won Wheeler a couple of years ago. So it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But we're about ready to weigh fish. I want to make sure we have some anglers back here and anything else.
Oh, we're just about ready to get going. Are you guys ready? We are just about ready to bring our anglers across stage just once again, so I can explain to you. We started with 110 anglers, cut it down to 51 today. Every one of these anglers is getting paid. This is payday on the Elite Series, but they all want to make it to the top 12 on Championship Sunday. Only top 12 move on to tomorrow. Are you guys ready? I know it's raining, but this is Alabama, the home state of bass. Are you ready? Let's get ready to weigh our first angler from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Get loud for Elite Series rookie, Roy Hawk. Left the dock this morning in second place with 28 pounds, 12 ounces. He's got 5 fish. Those 5 fish need to be 4 pounds for him to take the lead. Not a problem. 12-10. Your brand new leader at his very first Bassmaster Elite Series event with 41 pounds, 6 ounces. Bassmaster fans, say hello to Roy Hawk. Roy, you're leading this whole deal, 41 pounds, 6 ounces in your first Elite Series event. Everything going to plan so far?
Dude, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm so stoked, dude. I mean, you can't even imagine. Man, I can't even think hardly. But I just want to say thanks. I've had so much support. So many fans and friends and family have texted me and called and hit up my Facebook, and it's just been really, really cool. I want to thank all my sponsors. Without them, obviously, I couldn't be here. And I want to thank Bass for the opportunity to be able to come fish with them.
How important is this quick start to you? You see a lot of times with rookies, a quick start really takes that pressure off.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, every 3 hours or so, my phone would be ringing because it's a bill collector. So I'm stoked, to get a check yesterday and know that that's a given, and looking forward to moving forward. You know what I mean?
It's good to know you can finally answer the calls. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for him. From Aiken, South Carolina, 2-time Elite Series champion, the Tower of Power, Jason Williamson. Jay Willie had 22 pounds, 15 ounces. 5 fish today for 9.3, moves into third place with 32.3, and anytime you're here on Sunday or Saturday, it's a good deal.
Yeah, it is. It's a good deal to start the year off with the top 50. This has been a pretty tough week, and I've caught a lot of fish, but today I just never got any of the bigger bites. That'll boost your weight up to 12 or 13 pounds where you need to be. But I'd like to say thanks to all my family. They're a big supporter of mine, and all my sponsors. Without those guys, we wouldn't be here.
Always great to have you here. Alabama, he is one of your very own. He's an absolute Alabama hammer. His second season on the Elite Series, Dustin Connell. 23 pounds, 9 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish to add to that here today. 11 pounds, 15 ounces, and Alabama's Dustin Connell moves into second place with 35 pounds and 8 ounces. 35 pounds, 8 ounces, and as if last year wasn't enough, what a great way to start this season, right in your home state.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I don't know if that's going to make Top 12 or not, but I've had a great week. I want to say thanks to all my sponsors. I could not be here without them. 6th Sense Lures, Costa, McKinnon Toyota, ZPI, all these guys, NetBait, they really helped me out, AFCO. They allow us to be out here. So y'all support them and keep us here. I want to say thanks to everybody here. I know I got a lot of fans out there. Thank y'all, and maybe I'll get to fish tomorrow.
I would love to see it, and so would they. From Blacksburg, South Carolina, 2-time Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion, Andy Montgomery. Had a tougher day on day number 1, but rallied right back into this on day 2. Started today with 26 pounds, 5 ounces, 13.11. He's now in second place with 40 pounds even. Digging deep in that Abu Garcia weighing bag. Let's hear it for Nitro Mercury Pro, Andy Montgomery. 40 pounds even, Andy, and boy, what a difference. Day number 1, we kind of joked about it on stage. You're kicking stones up here, but you figured them out on day 2, and looks like you definitely figured them out and might be sticking around till Sunday.
Yeah, I'm a little slow, I guess. The fish just showed up. They just pulled up yesterday. Yesterday was really good. I fished around today. I put together a good bag, but it wasn't that easy, like yesterday. But, man, I'm putting together really good bags. I just hadn't got that 5 or 6 pound bite that's going to separate me. I'm not weighing anything in under 2 pounds, so I'm putting together good bags. I just need that 6 pound bite to give me a chance. So maybe I'll get 2 bites tomorrow and 2 6 pound bites and put together 3 more good ones, and maybe I'll have a shot at this thing.
No better day to do it than Championship Sunday. From Kalamazoo, Michigan, 2-time Bassmaster winner, 2-time Classic qualifier, JVD, Jonathan Van Dam. Johnny Van Dam had 24 pounds and 2 ounces to start the day, 5 fish to add to that, 11 pounds and 12 ounces, and he is in 3rd place currently with 35 pounds and 14 ounces. $35 pounds, 14 ounces, and Johnny moves into 3rd place. I know you'd love to fish tomorrow, but you'd also probably love to get home to Michigan, to your wife, and make sure you're there for your child's birth. Do you think it's enough to get back out there tomorrow?
I don't know. It'll be close. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I already packed my truck, and I'm ready to go home, so it looks like I'm going to have to sit backstage and kind of sweat it out, but I told myself this morning I'll gladly unpack to get to fishing tomorrow.
Love to see you out there. We'll see how it all works out. Our next angler, a member of a very rare club, a Forest Wood Cup champion and a Bassmaster Classic champion from Washington, Luke Clausen. 28 pounds even, and Luke Clausen throws 5 fish on the scales, looking for 13.7 to take the lead. 13 pounds, 3 ounces. Not going to take the lead, but with 41 pounds and 3 ounces, Luke Clausen moves into 2nd place currently. $41 pounds, 3 ounces, sitting in 2nd place. And, Tripp has worked with us this week as a color commentator and expert on this body of water on Bassmaster Live. And, he pointed out first thing this morning how scary you are, that consistent guy that catches him day after day. Doesn't have that big blip, but a lot of times that can win a tournament here.
Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. The struggle was real today. It was a lot harder with no sun. I caught like 10 keepers all day, really just grinding it out and catching them in different places every day. So it's just hour by hour. You go along and you kind of pick one off here and there and keep fighting through and hopefully end up with a decent bag at the end of the day.
Love to see you hold that title tomorrow. We'll find out. Our day 1 leader from Palatka, Florida, former Geico Bassmaster Classic qualifier, Cliff Prince. Cliff Prince started the day with 24 pounds, 2 ounces, 5 fish to add to that here today. 6 pounds, 7 ounces. Going to move into 8th place with 30 pounds and 9 ounces. And does today and yesterday make you more thankful for those 2 big giant bites on day 1?
Yeah, no kidding, man. I tell you what, I didn't know how fortunate I really was after I've been out there for 2 days and scrounging for what I caught, and yeah, like yesterday, I just swung for the fence. I mean, I went fishing for big ones, and it kind of bit me. I had the bites yesterday to do pretty good, and today too. But when you only get 8 bites a day or so, it's pretty hard to put them all in the boat.
We did a great job this week, and let's hear it for him. Led day 1, weighed in the 2 biggest bass in the tournament. From Phoenix, Arizona, former Elite Series champion, B. Height, Brett Height. Had 23-12 to start the day. 5 fish to add to that. 11 pounds, 14 ounces. He moves inside our top 12 in 5th place with 35 pounds and 10 ounces. Once again, we will introduce our top 12 at the conclusion of this weigh-in, so make sure to stick around. So inside the top 12 right now, I know you'd love to stay there, and not really a shocker. I got to believe that this lake sets up very well for you, and you came into the season with a little motivation.
Yeah, I've been fishing a lot during the off season, just trying to get in the groove, and yeah, there's a couple different fisheries that set up well. Whether I'm winding my jackhammer in the grass or I got a spinning rod in my hand using my Humminbird electronics, but this just reminds me of a western lake, and just went out there and do what I do out west, and just been having a blast catching those big spotted bass. And I'd love to go fishing tomorrow, but we'll see how it works. But wanted to say thanks to everybody, and say hi to my family at home. Love you guys.
Always great to have you here. Hope you stick around for tomorrow. His second season on the Bassmaster Elite Series, from Gonzales, Louisiana, Robbie Latuso. Robbie started today with 23 pounds and 3 ounces, and unfortunately just 2 fish today, 4-7, but if the wheels are going to fall off, they might as well fall off on payday.
Yeah, I fished about as bad as you possibly can today. I had 6 bites and only caught 2 of them, but hey, I'll take my check and go on home. I caught all my fish this week on Delta Lure, half-ounce black and blue jig, about 2 feet deep, and after that would die off probably about 10 o'clock, and I go deep about 20 foot on drop shot.
Well, it's worked out pretty good for you. Great payday and a great start to the season. All the way from Aurora Grande, California, the milkman, Jared Lintner. 26 pounds and 13 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish looking for 14-10 to take the lead. 11-4. Move into 4th place with 38 pounds and an ounce. And Jared Lintner may have to stick around for Championship Sunday. The top 12 compete one more day on this body of water, and I know you'd love to be back out there.
Yeah, I'd love the opportunity. Today was weird. I mean, I really thought I was going to catch them shallow, and with the clouds and the rain, a little bit of breeze, I could not catch them shallow. Like, it's still bothering me because I know that they're there, or they have been there. So I don't know if they need the sun to bite or what, but I scrambled around, caught those, not deep, but not throwing reaction baits either. So hopefully if I get a chance to fish tomorrow, hopefully those shallow ones bite and I catch a couple big ones.
Well, sign of a true pro is a guy who can adapt, and you did that today. From Lake Havasu City, Arizona, he's weighed in the 5 biggest fish in Bassmaster history, Dean the Machine Rojas. 25 pounds and 9 ounces for Dean Rojas to start the day. 5 fish to add to that. 10 pounds, 4 ounces. Dean Rojas moves inside our top 12 in 6th place currently. Digging deep in that Abu Garcia weigh-in bag. Alabama, let's hear it for Dean the Machine Rojas. 35 pounds and 13 ounces, sitting in 6th place. And, most people want the weekend off, but unfortunately you might have to work on Sunday.
Man, I would love to work on Sunday. I'd love to run that Blazer Suzuki all the way down that lake again. Man, that thing's fast. A lot of fun, exciting times, God, it was a great crowd today for the rain. I want to thank everybody for coming on out, man. That's awesome to have you guys coming out here. I know all the guys in the back. I appreciate all the support and all the great things that happen. But Man, what a great week. You know, first tournament of the season and getting off to a good start. It's always great. It rolls the momentum for the rest of the year. But hopefully we're here tomorrow. But if not, I want to thank you all for coming out. Appreciate everything. Thank you.
Congrats on a great start. Hope to see you tomorrow. All right, Alabama, one of your very own once again from Coleman, Alabama. Get loud for Jesse Wiggins. Start today with 27 pounds even, 5 fish to add to that, 7-9. A tougher day today. Puts you in 9th place with 34.9, and we'll have to see how it shakes out. But, I mean, you're here on Saturday. No matter what happens, a great start to the season.
Yeah, it is. I ain't going to complain at all. 7-9, that's weak. I had 2 fish every day that weighed more than that. But, I don't know, I just never got a big bite today. I fished for them all day and never got one. All I caught was small ones, so I'm not going to complain. Thought I was giving myself a chance to make the top 12 and win, so I ain't going to look back and regret it or anything. But I don't know. I want to thank my family for coming down here and watching me, and it's been really good, and we'll see y'all at the Classic.
We hope to see you tomorrow, but we'll see how it works out. From one Alabama angler to another, originally from the West Coast, MDJ Mark Daniels Jr. 23 pounds and 7 ounces coming into today. 5 fish for 10 pounds, 12 ounces. He moves inside our top 12 in 10th place currently. Trying to figure out who the top 12 anglers are moving into Championship Sunday. So a great tournament, 34 pounds, 3 ounces, and we'll find out if it's going to end today or if you get through tomorrow, but got to be happy with this to kick off the season.
Yeah, man, it's been a great week, man. You know, starting off, obviously, being able to stay at home, it's just been a real relaxed week, rather. And, you know, I kind of got outside my comfort zone this week, man. I've been fishing offshore really deep. And, you know, ever since I switched to Garmin Electronics, man, it makes it so much easier for a shallow guy like myself to get off the bank and learn these electronics and differentiate from what I'm seeing. And that's exactly what I did all week. I caught 90% of them vertical fishing on a Z-Man Finesse TRD. That little dude right there, I know it's small and you don't think of it as a big fish catching bait, but that bait is phenomenal. And I caught 90% of the fish that I weighed this week on it, a couple jerking, but it was just a great week, man. And I'm happy that we came here local, Lake Martin. Looking forward to the next one.
Clear something up with me. We were watching you on Bassmaster Live and we were getting different reports and stuff. Were you actually marking bait and fishing the bait? You weren't actually marking fish, we heard. You were just chasing schools of bait around?
Well, what was going on is, again, on my electronics, I could see these fish were pushing bait big time in the mornings. And then you couldn't catch the fish while they were distracted, obviously feeding on the bait. But a couple would push off to either side, and I would just troll around. And when I would find those groups away from the bait, then I could drop that TRD on their head and get them to bite.
Really innovative. Great stuff. From Vineland, New Jersey, time to get loud for the Jersey boy, Adrian Avina. $26 pounds and 5 ounces. Look out. Looking for 15-2 to take the lead. 5-13 to get inside the cut currently. 5 fish. 12 pounds, 14 ounces, and he moves into 4th place with 39 pounds and 3 ounces. Digging deep in that Abu Garcia weighing bag. Get loud for Adrian Avina, ladies and gentlemen. 39 pounds and 3 ounces, and Adrian, you know, been on the Elite Series for a few years here. And kicking off a season with a big finish like this, no matter what happens, whether you go fishing tomorrow or not, I sure hope you are, but it's got to feel great.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, the last couple of years have been a little shaky. I finished in the middle of the pack, missed qualifying for the Classic, and that's my goal coming into the season is I want to be on the big stage. You know, I've never fished a Bassmasters Classic, and that's something I dreamt about for a long time. You know, so it's a good start. You know, hopefully I can get back out there. You know, I'm catching a good amount of fish. You know, and when you go shallow, I mean, I kind of proved it yesterday. I caught a 6.5 pounder. It's something you can't expect, but a couple of them bites will really vault you up that leaderboard. So I just got to hope that I can fish tomorrow, maybe make some magic happen.
Love to see it. We'll look forward to finding out at the conclusion of our weigh-in. His first week on the Bassmaster Elite Series from Spring City, Tennessee, Wesley Strader. 23 pounds and 2 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish to add to that here today. 9-12, moving to 12th place with 32-14. But a payday on his first stop of the Bassmaster Elite Series. Got to be happy with that. Alabama, let's hear it for Wesley Strader. Wesley, rather than me ask you a question, I just want you to comment on something. I had your good buddy Gerald Swindle as a guest on Bassmaster Live today, and we were talking to just how much tougher the Elite Series gets, and he's like when Strader came here, we paid 51. He says, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, we might as well just change it to 50 because he's going to get a paycheck every week, and you've started that streak.
Well, I don't know about that. It's competition. It's just you fishing against the bass, so that's why you got to look at it. And sometimes you figure it out, sometimes you don't. Hey, real quick, I had some things happen to me today. It was pretty neat, or really not neat. I got hung under a dock. I was throwing a 755 pound CB rod with a loose reel on it, and I skipped my bait up under this floating dock, and it got hung way back under it. And it's the bait I've been catching them on all morning. And I'm like, I can't lose that bait, so I go over and I try to get down and reach and get it. Can't get it, so I pulled off a bunch of line and tried to do the slingshot trick. So maybe I can just float it underneath there and hit it or get it. I tried. It went about 5 foot underneath there, and my rod got hung underneath the dock. And it's one of them little floating docks about this high off the water. And I'm like, how am I going to get that sucker? So I fooled around for about 15 minutes, and I said, you ain't getting my rod. So finally I got something and got a hold of the rod, and I don't know how I got out, but I got out. But I wasn't leaving a $350, $400 rod and reel underneath somebody's dock. So, but real quick, I got to thank my brother. I've been going out fishing with my brother this winter, and he showed me something that really helped me down here. I caught him this week on a 1/4 ounce ballhead jig with a 4-inch boot tail fluke from Zoom, and I caught them all 41 to 50 foot deep, except for today I went shallow. So just like to thank everybody for coming out. I love the state of Alabama. Any state that ends in A, I love it. So thank y'all. Hope we're coming back.
Great to have you here. From Knoxville, Tennessee, get loud for Ott Defoe. 23 pounds, 10 ounces for the former Elite Series champion, Bass Pro Shops, Bass Moster Open champion, Toyota Trucks All-Star champion. Just basically a champion in life. 5 fish for Ott Defoe. Came today with 23-10, 11-13. He moves inside our top 12 in 10th place with 35 pounds and 7 ounces. Still digging deep in that Abu Garcia bag. $35 pounds and 7 ounces, sitting in 10th place. Great start to the season. Last year you got so close to that Angler of the Year goal, and if it wasn't, as you learned last year, you can't slip up at all. But how much more has that driven you into this season?
It definitely does. Being close and being up there for a while, but just not when it mattered, it really makes you want it that much more. There's no doubt about it. It's I got to collect a few $1,000 checks for leading throughout the year. It's not as important as that one at the end. It's got a couple more zeros on it and a trophy that goes with it. But no, it was a good week. And considering how bad my first day was, just having 9.5 pounds, I'm really thankful to be here today. And I'm not out yet, but it's probably going to happen here pretty soon. I would love a chance to get to go back out there, put my Onyx rain suit on again tomorrow and go fishing. But it was it definitely the difference for me that first day. I didn't fish the way Ott Defoe knows how to fish. I tried to fish the way other people know how to fish, and I finally got my head out of nowhere about 11:30 on the first day, and I've done what I like to do since, and it's definitely worked. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one if I don't get to fish again tomorrow. But I got to say hi to Jenny and the kids. They're at home, and thanks to my dad for coming down here. So
we sure hope you don't get to go home yet and stick around with us, but we'll find out. From one Tennessee angler to another, a former Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion, Skylar Hamilton. Skylar Hamilton started the day with 25 pounds and an ounce. 8-1 today, puts you in 13th place with 33 pounds, 2 ounces. But a payday at the first event of the season is a great way to start.
Considering how last year went, it's a real good start for me. I actually went up the river, took my Express X21, and went and fished in Tallapoosa all week. I didn't even practice past Wind Creek, so I stayed up there. I said I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna figure out how to catch them, and got them all on a Jackal Archeon, which I'm sure you know something about, and flipped up there, and just it didn't work out today, but first day it worked out real good. And there's some big fish up there, just not many of them.
Well, great start to the season. It's always great to have you here. Keep it rolling all season long. Also in his second season on the Bassmaster Elite Series, A.J. Alton Jones Jr. Started the day with 24 pounds, 7 ounces. Looking for 912 to get in the cut. 913 inside the cut right now with 34 pounds and 4 ounces. That's the good news, but the bad news is you're sitting in 12th place. But got to be happy with this start to the season.
Yeah, it's a great start. It's just it surprised me today how much more of a struggle it was. I didn't get near the number of bites or near the quality, but I can say for sure, I think 14 of the 15 fish I weighed in this week came in using Garmin Panoptix. I'd see them out there, suspended, 40 feet down, 40 feet out in front of the boat, and I'd watch my bait go down to them and catch them. It definitely paid for itself this week, and it's just a great week. Got some good momentum.
Amazing week for you, and we look forward to an amazing season. A former Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, 4-time Bassmaster winner, the Chapman Tack, Brent Chapman. 23-4 to start the day, 5 fish to add to that. Looking for 11 even to get in the cut. 11-3, he's inside the cut right now. But he is the bubble boy, sitting in 12th place with 34 pounds and 7 ounces. $34 pounds, 7 ounces, and a great start to the season here.
Yeah, it really is. When you start out the year with a potential to get to fish on Sunday, that's all you can ask for. And telling the guys backstage, I fished a great, flawless tournament. When you come somewhere new and you don't know where to start, all I can say is the Garmin, they have what's called depth shading on it, because everything looks the same, but I can set that depth shading, and when I got on a pattern with my jerkbait and crankbait, I could tell from the shading at what depth that I wanted to throw the crankbait versus the jerkbait. So it was really a good way to help, break down the water and decipher it. So, when you fish for 3 days throwing a crankbait and a jerkbait and not lose a single fish, all I can say is thank goodness for Trocard triples, right?
Worked out pretty good for you. Great start to the season. 3-time Bassmaster winner, 5-time Classic qualifier from Paducah, Kentucky, Mark Menendez. Mark Menendez started the day with 24 pounds and 10 ounces. The Skeeter Yamaha Pros looking for 913 to get inside the cut currently. 13 pounds, 4 ounces, well within the cut. In 6th place currently with 13 pounds and 4 ounces. Look at there, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of Alabama hammers right there. 13 pounds, 4 ounces today puts him in 6th place with 37 pounds, 14 ounces, and no better way to start the Elite Series season than working on a Sunday.
Heck no. I tell you what, I don't even mind if I get wet tomorrow, guys. It's been a long week. That big fish right there, I had a gut feeling, Dave, and that's what we do. We're risk managers out here, and when you have a gut feeling, you need to listen to it, and I did. I made a change to a real historic bait of mine, and it smoked it, and then that got me right here, and maybe that's going to get me to fish till Sunday. But the key to what I've been doing is using a Garmin unit with Panoptix, looking ahead of the boat, folks. Look not under, looking ahead of the boat, and I'm seeing a lot of the cover in front of me, and I'm making casts of that, and that's how I've picked off 4 big ones. But I've only landed 3 of those, Dave. I lost a big one yesterday that's sure going to hurt things, but doggone it, I've got enough fighting chance, and I'll go back and do it again tomorrow.
I'd love to see you hold that title tomorrow. Speaking of titles, he's a 2-time Elite Series champion from Gunnersville, Alabama, Justin Lucas. 25 pounds and 4 ounces at the start of today. Looking for 9.5 to get inside the cut currently. 5 fish, 12 pounds, 11 ounces. And Justin Lucas moves into 6th place with 37 pounds and 15 ounces. Justin, hot start to the season, no matter what way this shakes out. I mean, I think you're going to get a shot to fish tomorrow, but no matter what way it shakes out, I know this was important to you.
Yeah, because last year at the first tournament, I finished 101st. I really sucked in that one, so it feels good to make a top 12 here. I didn't like starting off in the bottom of the pack last year, and I always want to be in the running for Angler of the Year. I was the first couple of years, and I want to have a chance at that towards the end of the year. So getting a good tournament here is a big start. And I've just been catching spots, man, just like I did growing up in Northern California. And it's been a lot of fun. And I love Alabama. I've lived here 8 years now, and this is part of the reason you guys show up. So many bass fishing fans here. And it is one of the best states in the country if you're a bass fisherman to live in. So very proud to be from here now.
Great to have you here, and we hope you stick around till Sunday. A former Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion from Tulsa, Oklahoma, James Elam. 24 pounds and 4 ounces to start the day, looking for 11.3 to get inside the cut currently. Looking for 11 pounds, 3 ounces, 10 pounds and 9 ounces. He moves into 13th place with 34 pounds and 13 ounces, but another great finish on the Bassmaster Elite Series for Phoenix Mercury Pro, James Elam. So, James, good news is you don't have to sweat it out backstage, sitting in 13th place. Going to roll out of town with a great paycheck and a great start to the season.
It was a good tournament, especially early in the season for me. I'm usually a little bit rusty at the beginning of the year, so I'm happy walking away with this one with a good tournament. And I'll get to sleep in tomorrow. I'm pretty tired too. This will catch up with you real quick, and I'm pretty much out of shape for fishing. So this will get me ready for the Classic hopefully, and looking forward to that in another month.
Looking forward to seeing you there. Congrats on a great start. Alabama, I know you're going to get loud. A former Geico Bassmaster Classic champion from Gunnersville, Alabama. Everybody howl for Randy Howell. 23 pounds, 11 ounces to start the day. 5 fish. Looking for 11-12 to get in that cut. 10-10. Going to fall short of the cut. Sitting 16th place right now. But Saturday's payday, and that's always the goal.
That's right. I was really blessed to be here today because of that big fish I caught yesterday. You know, you catch one big one, it'll carry you through 3 days. I've had 10 or 11 pounds, and then one big one that gave me 13-something yesterday. But it's been a good week. I didn't really have a great practice. I practiced for the weather coming, and the fish kind of gradually started moving shallow. But I tell you, all you guys, you can catch them really good right now on a crankbait out here. I caught them on my Livingston Howler, Gunnersville Crawl Color, and they are eating it up. I caught a bunch of good spots. They were all spots today, and I've been able to catch a limit pretty easy doing that, and then I've been skipping a rattleback jig on docks. Caught that one big one yesterday. I'm doing that and a couple more. And a hog collar spinnerbait. I caught a few good ones the first day on that. And
why don't you just tell us about the lure you didn't catch a fish on?
Man, I got a lot of them, I promise you. There are a lot of them. My Triton's full of them down there right now, but I appreciate all my sponsors this week. I had to get so many people to overnight stuff to me because I wasn't very prepared this week. So thanks to all our sponsors like Dye with Livingston, everybody that overnighted stuff, Do It Molds, everybody. So we'll see you guys at the Classic. Y'all come see it.
Look forward to seeing you there. He left the dock with the lead this morning, the only international angler ever to win the Geico Bassmaster Classic, Takahiro Amore. Talk started today with 32 pounds, 11 ounces. He needs 8-12 to take the lead back. 12 pounds, 13 ounces with 45 pounds, 8 ounces. Takahiro moves right back into the lead. 45 pounds, 8 ounces. And Takahiro can set his targets on Championship Sunday. It's been amazing to watch you this week. I mean, you put on an absolute clinic, you know, and I gotta imagine it feels good as a tournament angler. You know, sometimes you guys are in a situation where it takes all day to get those bites. But again, this morning, you know, you started catching them early and often. You starting to feel like this could be yours?
I hope so, but I mean, what happened last 3 days is just amazing. So I got one more day to go.
And I caught something. I didn't see exactly what happened on Bassmaster Live, but did you catch a lure that you lost yesterday?
Yes, I did. I had small crankbait stuck on a tree. Then somehow fish got that bait last night or whatever. And I caught that fish this morning with that bait in the mouth. So I had two baits on the same cast.
So at one point today, you had a 9-pound lead in this tournament. As if that wasn't enough to make the rest of the Elite Series anglers mad at you, you went back and caught your bait that you lost the day before.
Yeah.
Pretty good week, huh?
Awesome.
Well, we hope you get it done. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Takahiro Amore. 2003 Classic Champion, 2006 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year from Pittsgrove, New Jersey. Go Ike for Mike Iaconelli. 24 pounds, 2 ounces. Looking for 11.5 to get in the cut. 8.15. Going to move into 21st place. Not fishing tomorrow, but got your family in the front row, and I know you're looking forward to hanging with them.
It's a good way to start the season. Last year was terrible. I had 3 finishes in the 90s, so these points are really good. I caught them 2 ways this week. I caught them really deep. I caught them 30 to 40 foot. I caught them on a Berkeley Power Bait Max flat nose minnow, just rigged on a jig head. People call it the Mickey fishing. Also caught them on a Mullix Trago Vibe, which is a blade bait out in that deep water. But a lot of the big ones I caught this week, I caught shallow. I caught on a Rapala Shad Rap, an old school crawdad color number 8 Shad Rap. Even when they're deep, you can still catch fish on the bank.
Worked out pretty good for you. Great start to the season. Next up, we got another Alabama angler from Prattville, Alabama, Big Daddy Russ Lane. Started today with 23 pounds and 7 ounces. 5 fish here today, looking for 12-1 to get inside the cut. 9-9, not going to make the cut, but with 33 pounds even, you move into 22nd place and got to be happy with this to kick off the season.
Yeah, it's a good start. It ain't quite the finish that I wanted, but I had fun. It was a good time this week. Caught a bunch of fish, just running around, throwing a little red Fat Papa Square Bill crankbait on my new Denali signature cranking rod. You check it out. It's a Tackle Warehouse, a good little crank rod. If you want to catch a bunch of fish, though, you can go throw a little red crankbait around here and catch them. You know, back in the day, I used to fish team tournaments here. I used to dread coming up here, but not because the fishing was bad, because I had to fish against this hammer right here. He used to put a whooping on us, if some of y'all remember back in the day. But we'd get it back when he'd come to Lake Jordan.
So we've got our Lions Club has a tournament on Lake Jordan March 3rd, so I've circled through the parking lot, put flyers out today. I'm living on Lake Jordan. I pull up there, there's this big Toyota truck, a nitro trailer. Kevin Van Dam's over there on Lake Jordan. I called him, he's in the new lake wearing them out.
Fishing my hole.
Well, he had the day off and you didn't, so a great start to the season. From Georgia, get loud for Geico Bassmaster Classic qualifier, Micah Frazier. At 22.7. 5 to add to it here today. Five fish for 10 pounds, 6 ounces gives you 32 pounds, 13 ounces, and a great start to the season.
Yeah, I'll take it. You know, it's close to home, so it's good to get off to, get a paycheck in the top 50 to start the year off. I caught him super deep this week, and I was out there looking at my Lowrance, and I just cast this new little Yum Pulse. It's a 3.5-inch finesse swim bait. I just cast that around until I saw him on the graph, and I drop on them and catch them. So pretty fun. So video game fishing.
A lot of fun and a great paycheck for doing it. A former Classic champion from Petal, Mississippi, Game Face, Cliff Pace. 21 pounds and 12 ounces to start today. 5 fish to that, looking for 13-12 to get inside the cut. 13-1. Going to move into 14th place with 34 pounds and 13 ounces. Let's hear it for Yamaha Skeeter Pro, Cliff Pace. $34.13, unfortunately just outside of our 12 cut, but a great way to kick off the year.
It's going to be a whole lot better than 43rd. That's where I took off this morning at. So I'm tickled for today. I had a day like this in practice, and I knew that it was possible. And today I just got real fortunate and got the right bites, and that's what this lake is all about. You know, you look at all the guys that are in the top 12 right now, you know, throughout the week, one day they've caught a 4 or 5 pounder, and that's what I missed in this tournament. I never got a bite like that, but I was able to just catch good solid weights and get better every day, and had a lot of fun. I caught all my fish from 35 to 55 foot deep on a little V&M pork pin worm, old school, Texas rig with a little bitty mustad hook, shaking it on 8-pound test line. Had a lot of fun catching them out in the timber. This place is, all I ever heard about was how terrible this lake is, and this is the first time I've fished it. I think it's a great lake. I think it's a fun lake to fish. It's got a lot of fish in it, but I will say these are the most aggravating spotted bass I've ever fished for in my life. You can see them on your electronics. They will not bite. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Normally spots are pretty easy to catch, but these are well educated. Y'all have done a good job training them.
Great to have you here. Congrats on a great start. His first event on the Bassmaster Elite Series from Del Rio, Texas, Ray Hanselman Jr. 22 pounds and 3 ounces. Five fish here today, looking for 13.5, 13 even. You move into 14th place, but a great start to his Elite Series rookie campaign with 35 pounds and 3 ounces. Great start to your Elite Series career. I mean, one of only, I believe, 2 rookies to make the 50 cut here in the first event. Got to be happy about that?
Yeah, I am. This has been a great experience. Y'all put on a great show, and I'm proud to be here. If it wasn't for all the support back home, my marketing partners, Skeeter Yamaha, Smith Industries, Rack Industries, Costa. I'm blind as a bat, and these are Costa sunrise mirror glasses. With the prescriptive lenses in them for me. But I look forward to the rest of the year. It's one behind me. Here we go.
I look forward to hanging out with you all season long. All the way from Arizona, former Geico Bassmaster Classic qualifier, Josh Bertrand. 22 pounds even. 5 fish to add to that here today. 5 fish for 12 pounds, 6 ounces. He moves into 19th place with 34 pounds and 6 ounces. 34-6 and a great start to the season, man. And this body of water, I had to believe it set up well for you. Had to, coming into this, feel that some of my strengths are going to be on display here.
I mean, I was really excited coming here just because, yeah, like you said, it's got a lot of deep water and clear water. I live in Arizona, and we fish that all the time. I was super bummed the first day when I came in with like 8 pounds. I thought it was a huge missed opportunity. So I'm happy to be standing here today, with a solid tournament anyways. It's a really cool lake because, it's quite challenging. The fish move around a ton. We were talking about it backstage. I mean, every day I caught my fish off of a totally different spot. And, that's what kind of hurt me the first day. I tried to go back where I caught them in practice. And we've all done it. It's just so hard not to do that. But once I started moving around and taking every day fresh, it worked really well. And, with the way they move around so much, I've got to give Garmin a big shout out. The Panoptix was super helpful for me this week. When the fish you'd be over top of school and they'd be chasing the shad around to the left or right. And if they moved over to the right, you'd see them. You could pan around and see, they moved 50 feet over there. Slide your boat over there and catch them. So helped me a bunch this weekend. Be probably a totally different story at the Sabine, but I'm ready to go fish shallow there anyways.
Congrats on a great start and a true sign of a champion, somebody who turns it around on day 2. A 5-time Bassmaster winner from San Mateo, Florida, Big Show, Terry Scroggins. $22 pounds and 8 ounces. 5 fish to add to it, looking for 13 even to get in the cut. 9-7, going to fall short of the cut, but you made the first cut, and that's always the goal.
Yeah, that's a good thing. It's been a fun week here this week. I've been catching everything 40 to 50 foot deep with a shaky head. It takes like a minute and a half, 2 minutes for it to get to the bottom. So, and these fish are roaming around every day. I've never caught them in the same place 2 days in a row. So trying to find them and catch them, and it takes forever to get down there. It's been a challenging week, but it's been a fun week.
Fun week indeed, and a fruitful week when it comes to cash.
Let me finish my KVD story. Everybody knows about Lake Jordan. It's 7,800 acres. And so I called Kevin. I said, "What are you doing over here?" He said, "I've caught a 5-pound spot, 5-pound largemouth." But he said, "I'm trying." Was a 180 boat high school tournament, and this is KVD. He said, "I'm trying my dangest to stay out of the way." But can you imagine what those high school kids go by and look, and there's Kevin Van Dam? I mean, what a
Very, very cool. Our next angler, a 5-time Bassmaster winner from Jasper, Texas, TODD, Todd Faircloth. 22-13 start the day. We're looking for 12-11 to get inside that cut. 11 pounds 7 ounces, just a pound 4 ounces short of the overall cut, but a great way to kick off the season. And the next Elite Series stop after the Classic, obviously somewhere that you've done very well in the past, Orange, Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the Classic first, then we go to Sabine. But like you said, great way to start the year. Anytime you make the cut against these guys, you had a good week. And I had 2 deals that were working for me. I was throwing a Strike King 1.5 square bill in the dirtier stain water, catching largemouth, and caught some good ones doing that the first couple of days. And then that bite kind of faded on me today. I'm not real sure why. I think the cloud cover hurt that deal, but I was also catching some spots on a swim bait, and that's what salvaged my day today.
Great tournament. Congrats. Look forward to seeing you all season long. Former Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion from Mount Carmel, Tennessee, David Mullins. 22 pounds even as of this morning. 5 to add to that here today. 9-13, going to put you in 31st place with 31-13. So a lot of 31s there.
Yeah, I can't complain, man. It's a good tournament. It's always good to get a check first one of the year, if any of them. But I had fun, man. Each morning I could go out and catch a bunch of spots, and then I'd go largemouth hunting every day with a nickel spinner bait. And the first 2 days I caught one good largemouth, but today I never got that bite, and that made the difference.
It's always great to have you here. Congrats on a great start. The youngest angler ever to fish the Bassmaster Elite Series, a former Rookie of the Year from Lancaster, Kentucky, Bradley Roy. Had 22-14 as of this morning. 5 fish, 11 pounds 3 ounces. He moves into 24th place with 34 pounds and an ounce. Another great payday for Bradley Roy. Great way to kick off the season.
Yeah, I definitely take that. Anytime you can fish on Saturday, it's great. And, Lake Martin's been a lot of fun. We're not catching a lot of those 4 and 5 pound fish, but we're catching a lot of fish. This place is just full of fish. And I'll tell you something cool that happened to me this week. I've caught some of the deepest bass. Well, actually, I've caught the deepest bass I've ever caught in my life. Some of those bass today came out of 62. So it was really a neat experience for me. And then yesterday, I caught a 3 1/4 pound largemouth in 4 foot of water. So definitely both ends of the spectrum here, and a great fishery and a great crowd. And I can't wait to go home. I'll get my MHX rods ready, and we're going to the Classic.
I look forward to seeing you there. It worked out pretty good last year. He's a 9-time FLW Tour champion, the 2015 TTBC champion from Redlands, California, Brent Ayler. Came in today with 21 pounds, 4 ounces. He's got 5 fish for 11 pounds and 4 ounces. Moves him into 30th place with 32 pounds and 8 ounces. $32 pounds, 8 ounces, and kicking off the season with a payday. It's so important to start off the season strong, and you've done that this week.
Yeah, it's always nice to start off with a check and points. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. So did it here, and I'm looking forward to the next one, Classic. I'm excited to go out there, but really fun lake. This is the first time I saw it, and it's full of fish. It's a lot of fun. I never even fished for largemouth. I only fished for spotted bass, and I'd love to go out and fish a couple days and try and fish for largemouth because I haven't even done it. So really a neat place, real diverse, and just a great fishery overall.
A great finish. Congratulations. He's weighed in the 5 biggest fish in Bassmaster Classic history from Connecticut, Paul Mueller. Paul Mueller, a former Bass Nation national champion and 2-time Classic qualifier at 21-10. 10-10 today gives him 32 pounds and 4 ounces, and Paul Mueller moves into 31st place. 32 pounds, 4 ounces, and great way to kick off the year.
Yeah, I can't complain. It's been an up and down week for me. I spent my practice fishing shallow because I knew that's how you had to, fish to win. And, I got here basically fishing deep. So I'm thankful that, I'm using Garmin Panoptix Live View down. That's what got me here today. But my fish moved. I had 3 schools of spotted bass left, and they moved. So I had to pick up a cranking rod and just go to work. I had 7 bites today, put 5 in the boat. And, the good Lord blessed me with a good bag today. So great lake, though. I mean, there's so many things you can do here. You can fish shallow. You can fish deep. My strength is deep, but I didn't think you could win. So I hope we come back. A lot of potential here. I just didn't dial it in completely like some of these guys did, but I'm happy with my finish. So thanks for coming out, guys.
Should be very happy. We look forward to seeing you all season long. Another Alabama angler from Gunnersville, Alabama, Boyd Duckett. 21 pounds, 15 ounces, 5 fish for Boyd Duckett. Made a big adjustment after day number 1. Day number 1 was toughest day of the tournament, but turned it around. 11.9 today gives him 33 pounds, 8 ounces, and 25th place. I mean, that adjusting during the tournament really paid off. Or did you? Or, it seemed like you did because the results, but did you adjust?
Well, it helps so much here to catch a big largemouth. I spent about a half a day every day largemouth fishing, and I never caught one. And the first day I didn't leave myself enough time to catch a decent bag of spots. So, I just tried that, and I weighed one, I think, over 3 days, a 2.5 pounder. I just wasn't able to dial in a big bite. So if you can't, the next best thing is to just try to push as far up the leaderboard as possible. It's a great lake, man. It's got so many fish in it. Everybody has a good time, catching them and all. But also want to say hi to my sponsors there, Triton and Mercury, Yamamoto, Vicious Rattle Trap, and Duckett Fishing, the greatest rod manufacturer on the planet. Now, I'm a little biased on that, but there's probably a few white rod holders out here somewhere. I would think so. There you go. There's one up there. Well, I had a great time, and I wish we could, come here more often. I hadn't been here in years, and it's sort of in my old stomping grounds, so I love Alabama and all these Alabama lakes, and hopefully we'll come back.
I'm sure we will, and we look forward to seeing you all season long. Here's a guy a lot of people are going to be talking about going into the Classic, the 2015 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, Casey Ashley. 22 pounds, 12 ounces to start the day. 5 fish here today. 12-4 moves into 15th place with 35 pounds even. Let's hear it for Costa Pro, Casey Ashley. Casey, so unfortunately this calls an end to your tournament, but fortunately you got a big event coming up ahead of you, and Classic's in like a month, I guess. So what are you doing for the next 4 weeks other than radio interviews?
Well, I guess I'm going to go home and twiddle my thumbs because I can't go fishing. Hartwell's been off limits since January the 1st. But I'll be thinking about it, I can promise you. I will do a little fishing on Russell Clark's Hill. I'll just kind of fine-tune the skills and get ready for it and try to keep my mind off of it and try to get some sleep at night because I think about it constantly. But, I ain't going to make the top 12 cut here. This is a great place. This is a great lake to have a tournament. Y'all take care of it. I had a good week. All I could catch was 11 or 12 pounds. I had one creek, and it was just like fishing at home. It was right in the ditch. There was some herring in there. These spots hadn't quite figured out what those herring are, but when they do, you better look out.
Look out. We look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. A former Carhartt College Bass champion from Alabama. Get loud for Matt Lee. Matt Lee at 22 pounds, 10 ounces at the start of today. Looking for 12-14 to get inside the top 12. 10 pounds, 4 ounces gives you 32 pounds, 14 ounces, and 31st place, and kicking off the season right.
Yeah, I had bad execution this week. I missed several every day, and to do that and still finish where I did I can take that. I don't want to miss fish, but if it had to happen and I finish here, then okay. I needed one bite away from top 12, and you're one bite away from finishing 50th today. It's crazy how close it is. Caught them different every day. The first day I weighed in half and half, shallow and deep, and yesterday was all deep. Today I had one 12-incher at 11 o'clock and went around and fished shallow and caught 10-4. So I had to mix it up. It was good that I did that, adjusted on the fly every day with the weather changes. Caught them out deep. I caught them as deep as 60 feet. Caught them on a bunch of different baits, a Strike King, Dream Shot, Drop Shotting, typical deep fishing. And then shallow, I caught them on a pivot head. It's like a wobble head. You can put your own hook on it. Caught them on that with a structure bug up in like 8 foot of water. I weighed in 15 spotted bass. Big ones. I mean, I caught a couple that were close to 3 pounds. But fun week. Weights were close. My fiance, huge help to me this week. Helped me all the time. She's right here. My dad and mom came up. We just live 2.5 hours from here. We're familiar with this part of the country, and for them to be here is awesome. And the support I have is great. War Eagle, all my Auburn fans around here. Y'all know I went to Auburn, graduated, fished the college series there. This place is special. This area is special to me. It's good to be back here. I can't wait to get to the Classic, too.
Look forward to seeing you there. From Gonzales, Louisiana, the 2014 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, the Hack Attack, Greg Hackney. £22, 14 ounces to start today. 5 fish, 10-7, moving into 27th place. And with 33 pounds, 5 ounces, kicked off the season with another good finish.
Yeah, it was one of those deals. I didn't have a super practice, so I was kind of scared of this place, and it's worked out. It's actually been pretty fun. I've had a couple little deals going. Every morning I catch them real good on spinnerbait. Like I've thrown a spinnerbait more this week than in the last 5 years. But every morning, for some reason, till about 9 o'clock, and that's how I've caught my biggest ones. I caught a 5-pounder on it yesterday. Just a little 3/8 ounce Hack Attack Select spinnerbait. And then after that, I've just been pitching a little jig around docks. But it's been a good time.
Great time. Always great to have you here in the Elite Series.
Go Tigers.
Boo 'em, boo 'em, boo 'em. Do it. Yeah, don't. From Pierre Part, Louisiana, the Cajun baby, Cliff Crochet. 20 pounds and 12 ounces as of this morning. And he's going to move up that leaderboard, 11 pounds, 10 ounces. He moves into 35th place with 32 pounds and 6 ounces. Well, hopefully you learned from your buddy that lives down the road from you, and you're not going to talk about football, but I don't know.
I will. I'll just wait to the end.
Okay. Tell me, you thought you were out of this tournament yesterday, and you did exactly what you needed to do today. You qualified in 51st place, nowhere to go but up, and you definitely earned some valuable points.
Yeah, this week ended up a whole lot better than it could have been on paper, being a spot tournament. And that's how I scouted, was to catch spotted bass, and then didn't catch nothing. So as the tournament started, I just kind of ran a whole bunch of water. And the first day was good. Yesterday I spun out, and today kind of got squared away again and just covered a bunch of water. Caught some fish. Caught them on a Lucky Strike, square bill, sand tone spinnerbait, thrown out on a douche rod with some Seaguar, ripping mountain filament, just covering water and getting a couple good bites.
A great finish. Want to congratulate you on that.
It's been a good week. We got paid. We get to keep the house. I'm headed to Louisiana. I'm going to get about 10 pounds of crawfish. I'm going to eat them up, and life is good. Go Tigers.
Boo 'em, boo 'em. I actually thought you guys were going to be, if we were around a bunch of Alabama fans, they would have been a little bit more angry.
Oh, there are Alabama fans out here, right? There you go.
All right. Good Lord. I swear, Nick Saban, I will not say anything about you again. I'm a stupid Canadian. I will never, ever mess with you again. Our next angler from Park Hill, Oklahoma. Get loud for Jason Christie. 22 pounds and 10 ounces to start the day. 5 fish for 10 pounds even, puts you in 34th place. And I know getting so close to that Angler of the Year title has to have you coming into this season motivated, and you've done your job here this week.
Yeah,
I actually had a pretty good practice. I just never got a big bite. Thank goodness for the rain. I don't know what I'd have done without the water getting dirty. I pulled in, tied a 1 ounce booyah spinnerbait on, set the lake offset on the Garmin to -8, and just went looking for little ditches. And I caught a lot of them the first 3 days of practice, and I just never got a big bite. But kind of salvaged the tournament. Still hang around there and need to pick it up the next tournament. But a good finish.
Great finish. A great way to start the season. He'll be in the mix.
So I've got to say this. So who won the Iron Bowl? Then who took the national championship? That's why we're so nice, man. We're just kicked back and enjoying life. Number 17, baby. What can I say?
Everybody's getting along. From Gunnersville, Alabama, 7-time Bassmaster winner, former Classic champion. The champ is here, Chris Lane. 22 pounds and an ounce to go in today. 3 fish here today for 7-4. Going to put you in 42nd place, but Saturday, first event, payday, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, much better than 105th like I started last year. This is a fantastic lake. You guys are fantastic. I live 2.5 hours north of here, and I've had my son with me this week, and it's just been fun to have him around, and we're going to go home, and I'm going to fire up the big green egg and cook a steak. But, I got some new topwater baits coming out from River to Sea, and I'm going to tell you they're going to crush them on this lake. But this clear water, I know it's tough to fish this lake, and I know there's small fish in there, but you got the best anglers in the world, and I got to say, don't you guys think they showed you guys how to catch them on this lake? 19, 20, 17 pounds, Takio Moore's leading. I mean, it's a fantastic fishery, and it's just fun to come out here and fish, and it's a great place to come and catch a lot of fish. And if you don't know how to use electronics, it's a great place to learn, too. I caught fish in 47 foot of water, and I've never caught them that deep, but you can actually learn how to catch those spotted bass. And, just want to say thanks to Alexander City and everybody having us out here, and we look forward to seeing you guys the rest of the year.
Forward to seeing you all year long. From Fayetteville, Tennessee, always looking to stomp a mud hole in them, Brandon Lester. 22 pounds and 5 ounces to start the day. 5 fish to add to that. 6-8, going to move into 43rd place with 28-13. And, it's payday, guaranteed a paycheck here, so you did your job.
That's right, man. I had a limit at 15 minutes after I started this morning, and I thought, well, that's good. At least I got me 5. I got all day. I'll get me 2 or 3 big bites, and it'll be good. Never happened. So, it's all good. I had a lot of fun this week. Like Chris was saying, this lake's chock full of fish. It's just a fun place to fish, and there are some good ones in there. I think as the water temperature rises, you'll start seeing a lot more of those big largemouths show up. But thank y'all. We'll be back, I'm sure.
Always great to have you here. Congrats on a great finish. His first week on the Bassmaster Elite Series from Palestine, Texas, Shinichi Fukai. Shin Fukai with 22 pounds, 6 ounces yesterday. He needs 13.2 to get in the cut today. 10 pounds, 4 ounces. Going to move into 34th place with 32.10 and roll out of town with a great paycheck.
Yeah, no, not for me. My wife got all of my checks, so yeah, I have no money.
None of us do. They took it all. Trust me, every one of us.
Your wife too?
Yes, nothing.
Yep. So yeah, I just congratulations 50th anniversary for Bass. So I just want to say thank you for all my sponsors, Gary Yamamoto and Greenfish Tackle and everything. So see you next tournament, I think.
I will see you there, and it's great to have you on the Bassmaster Elite Series. From Auburn, California, former Classic champion and Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Skeet Reese. 21 pounds and 10 ounces going into today. He's got a 5-fish limit. 5 fish here on day number 3. 10 pounds, 14 ounces. Going to move you into 36 with 32.8. And anytime you stick around to Saturday, you know it's a good deal.
Yeah, but after day 1, catching almost 15 pounds, it's like not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be fishing on Sunday out here. The lake's got a lot of fish, so I got excited. I had a game plan out there, and the first day I caught, I knew we were going to be fishing high pressure, post front, so I wanted to stay up here in the dirty water for the first couple days, especially the first day. And I started a little Lucky Craft SKT Mini. It's a little tiny crankbait. Most people don't throw a crankbait that small, but you can go behind guys and catch them. When the bite's tough, their fish are still shallow. They're in 2 foot, 3 foot of water. That little tiny crankbait seemed to work well. And then I caught some fish on a jig, just pitching underneath docks. You know, first 2 bites yesterday at 3.5, 2.5. Come undone, you're like, this is not going to be a good day. But I was fishing that new Berkley Max Scent chunk on the back of a jig, and I can tell you right now, I think I got a lot more bites. I fished other types of chunks in practice, but that Max Scent is when you're dead sticking and just crawling under the rocks. I firmly believe I got a lot more bites because of that the last couple days. And then yesterday having 6 pounds pretty much sucked, but I went down, started fishing spots today. Why didn't I do that yesterday? Because it was like, really? You just throw it out there and they just, I caught like 30 of them today. I'm like, you're dumb. But anyways, made it to this one. Is better than how I started last season. Florida, I think I finished about 100th place. So keep going in a better direction.
Much, much better, and we look forward to seeing you all season long. Former Elite Series champion, 11-time Classic qualifier from Sevierville, Tennessee, David Walker. 21 pounds, 10 ounces to start the day. 5 fish to add to that. 9.6, going to put you in 43rd place, and get to make a trip to the bank.
That's the good news. I couldn't fall out of the money today, but I tried. I mean, I just didn't get any big bites, and that you can see it on the weigh-in stage. It's key. Like, if you don't catch a 4 or 5 pounder, you end up with what everybody else has got. And the good news is that I'm not losing them. I've been flipping a Z-Man cross-eyed jig all this week. It's something I really love to do, is fish a jig. This time of year, it's really a productive way to fish. And I know I'm not going to get a lot of bites, but I know I'm also going to get a chance at a big fish. I just didn't get that done the last couple of days, but still got paid and looking forward to going on to the next one.
Life is good. We look forward to seeing you at the next one. A former Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion from Holt, Michigan, Chad Pipkins. Just a few anglers left to go, and then we're bringing out our top 12, so stick around. 21-11 into today, 10-8, going to put you in 40th place right now, and got the season started off right.
Yeah, I've started off bad a couple of years now, so it feels good to at least make a Saturday to start the year, and it's been a lot of fun here catching a pile of fish out there. It's a great place to fish. It's just tough to catch a big one, so looking forward to getting to the next one, and we'll see what happens next couple of weeks. Thanks for all the support. It's been awesome having everybody out here. It's been terrible fishing around here, having people cooking breakfast because the scent is just everywhere, and it was just awful. I was starving all day, so thank you for the neighbors over there, but it's been great, guys. Thanks.
A 3-time Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year from Leeds, Alabama, A-Mart, Aaron Martins. 22 pounds, 11 ounces to start the day. 5 fish. Looking for 12-13 to get in the cut. 10 pounds and an ounce. Going to give you 32-12 and put you in 34th place. So not bad.
A lot of those 32-12s in there. It was a little slower on me today. I never went shallow like I said I was going to do. I just stayed out deep. I don't think I went deep enough. I fished mainly between 20 and 30 feet. I think I needed to be in 40 to 50. It's weird to think about. I knew that too, but that's why I practiced, and I caught them really good in practice. It didn't pay off, but they're definitely a little bigger when you go out deeper. And I like fishing out there. Just kind of bummed I didn't go out there deeper. But good tournament, neat lake. I'd spend some more time down here. I want to come back down here in the summer or fall and see what it's like. It's a lot more fish than I thought in it. A lot more fish in this lake. Today I found that out by graphing. Just everywhere you go, you can find fish. But that's it. I want to thank the sponsors. Mercury's been there, and Enigma and Phoenix Boats. So everything's working great. It's just me. I like this lake. It fishes like the lakes I grew up on in California, Shasta, Oroville. It's real similar to those lakes.
It's worked out pretty good for you. Great start to the season. We just have a few anglers left to go. Want to remind everybody we're going to bring out our top 12, so stick around. And we also would like to remind our top 12 to get their butts backstage because we're going to introduce you in just a few minutes. So if you're in the top 12, get backstage because we'll bring them out and let you know who's competing on Championship Sunday. Our next angler from Reed Springs, Missouri, the Snowman, Brian Snowden. 21-7 going into today. 5 fish for 10 pounds and an ounce gives you 31.8 and money payday again. And I asked you day one, table rock tricks come into play here, or did you have to fish them totally different?
No, it was very similar. You know, I've really enjoyed it here. First time on the lake. It's a beautiful body of water, and it's got a little bit of everything. I fished today. I had to catch some deep because I couldn't catch them all shallow. I really tried to focus on the shallow fish, and I ended up catching 2 and losing 1 good largemouth. So it's a great fishery for us because we can do what we like to do. You can fish your strengths. So take care of your fishery. I've had a great time while I'm here, and I hope we get to come back real soon. Everyone's been very hospitable.
I'm sure we'll be back, and we look forward to seeing you all season long. A 3-time U.S. Open champion. He's qualified for every classic since he joined the Elite Series from Payson, Arizona. Clifford Birch had 21-10. 5 fish today, 10 pounds, 2 ounces. Puts him in 45th place with 31 pounds and 12 ounces. 31-12. And he's going to roll out of town with a great payday. So, another good payday, another good start to the season.
Yeah, you know, I'm thankful. It was a good warm-up for the Classic, and it was a real blessing to get in the cut. I planned on fishing shallow this week, throwing a jig and a crankbait, and it just didn't materialize. So I feel really fortunate that I was able to make the cut because I just fished deep spotted bass all week, you know, throwing little bitty stuff, and you know, had a lot of fun. Caught lots and lots of fish, but it just couldn't come by those great big ones. But hey, got some points, got a check. You know, it's been great. It's been great. Hey, my high school principal showed up. He lives not far away from here. Him and his wife, and it's kind of cool. Hopefully, they didn't bring no grade cards, but you know, I'm a fisherman. But just want to say hi to him, and you know, getting ready for a long trip home. So we'll see you in a few weeks.
Look forward to seeing you down the road. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our weigh-in. We started with 110. Now we got to find out who are 12 going into Championship Sunday. But before we do that, I want one more time for everybody to give a big round of applause for our presenting sponsor. Econo Lodge brought the Elite Series right to your hometown. We are about to bring out our top 12. This is the first stop of the Bassmaster Elite Series, ladies and gentlemen. We could have opened it anywhere, but we decided to come right here to the home state of bass, right here to Alabama, the state where it all started. Bass, obviously founded in Montgomery, Alabama, and then now in Birmingham, Alabama. It's all Alabama, and our very first angler is an absolute Alabama hammer. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 events. That's all it took for him to become Elite Series champion. He is our reigning and defending Rookie of the Year. Get loud for Alabama's Dustin Cornell. Multiple FLW Tour championships. He won the very first Elite Series event he fished all the way from Arizona. B. Height, Brett Height. A 4-time Bassmaster winner. He's weighed in the 5 biggest fish in Bassmaster history from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Dean the Machine Rojas. He is currently on baby watch, but when he's not doing that, he is an Elite Series pro, a 2-time Bassmaster winner, 2-time Classic qualifier from Kalamazoo, Michigan, JVD Johnny Van Dam. A 3-time Bassmaster winner, a 5-time Geico Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Paducah, Kentucky, Mark Menendez. Last season, he won the points title in the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Opens. He is a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion from Gunnersville, Alabama, Justin Lucas. A former Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion. Everybody knows the milkman always delivers, and he did again this week. Jared Lintner. his third season on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and once again in the top 12, all the way from Vineland, New Jersey, the Jersey boy, Adrian Avina. A former Geico Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He's a two-time Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion from Blackbird, South Carolina, Andy Montgomery. Our next angler is a member of a very, very exclusive club. Not just a Forrest Wood Cup champion, but also a Geico Bassmaster Classic champion from Washington, Luke Clausen. Fishing his very first Bassmaster Elite Series event. He's going to go out in second place on Championship Sunday, all the way from the West Coast. Get loud for Roy Hawk. He is a six-time Bassmaster winner. He is the only international angler ever to win the Geico Bassmaster Classic. He has his eyes on the prize, going out looking for win number 7 from Emory, Texas, Takahiro Amore. We started with 110, cut it down to 51, and now just 12 remain. One more time, Alabama. Let's hear it for our top 12 going into Championship Sunday. On behalf of the entire Bassmaster team, we want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here to cheer on our pros. Get down tomorrow morning, 6:15. The first boat will leave the dock. We got 12 going out, and 1 will walk away as our first Elite Series champion of the 2018 season. Who will it be? Only the fish know, but you'll be able to follow the action all day long on Bassmaster.com.